Whoever is doing the wiki is literally kicking themselves in the butt for this one. Hey everyone, Rasa here, welcome back to the Ninja Steel Vlog, and yeah, BV complained about last week's video where I was a little bit too cynical. So I'm deciding to tone down on being a complete ass and trying to be nicer. Which is going to be hard for this episode. The Ranger Ribbon. This is a Preston episode where Preston shows everyone a ribbon tree, where whenever a good moment happens to a person, they put a ribbon on the tree, which, yeah, it would be a good surprise if our white and yellow ranger didn't mention that they did the exact same thing for their anniversary. And yes, I know they have names, I'm just not going to look them up at this moment. You know the title screen has their names. You know the usual. For how it's going to go, Preston was doing an honorment of, since they're all rangers, let's commemorate this moment with putting a ribbon on the tree. And the exact moment he's about to do that, construction workers show up ready to tear down the tree because someone bought that area. And the person who bought the area? Preston's father, who is the rich, stereotypical businessman, you know that type. They'll just destroy whatever they want because they're a business person, and you know they also cliche that if the child, well, if our lead person is the child of that business person, they're going to be, yes father, yes father, yes father, like that. And somewhere in this Ninja Steel script, it's a demand that Victor and Monty show up. This time being Preston's father's interns. Yeah, the Rangers decide to protest to keep the tree. They're about to do the water hose thing, and Preston's just doing his magic trick. Hey, for those who don't remember from that episode of Presto Changeo, he was told that if he uses his magic for anything but good, it won't work properly. So how's it working now? And his father just looks at it like, stop with your magic tricks and get in the limo. Yeah, they also give you some facts that Preston just has his father. His mom died, so yeah, it makes sense from what he stated that only his mother would be able to talk sense into his dad. And then we get the usual stick of the Rangers putting out posters informing people about the tree being destroyed and, you know, cause a protesting unit to show up. And I am trying my best not to talk about the Ranger part of the story because here's a Monster of the Week. Yes, if you saw the earlier episodes, you saw Ripcon, but this is not Ripcon. This is his brother, Trapsaw. BV, do we still have some footage of Rasa doing a yokai fact about the sickle weasel? Just play that. The Monster of the Week, Ripperat, is based off the yokai, the Kamiakashi, or the sickle weasel. Its best description, besides being a weasel, is that it has razor claws as strong as steel and as sharp as a razor, kind of like Ripperat, but his is made out of chainsaws. They also have fur as spiny as a hedgehog, and they move as fast as the wind and invisible to the naked eye. They also bark like dogs. That'll explain why dogs bark for some random reason. But they mostly travel in groups of 3 and attack a person. One trips the person on the ground, another one cuts the person up, and the last one heals them. From a person's perspective, they merely tripped, got up with a few bits of pain and a few scratches. An example of them in popular culture is the Pokemon Sneasel and Weavile, since as you can see from the descriptions, they kind of are based off of them. Okay, so that would make sense with this one, since Sickle Weasel's come in 3, and from what they stated, Trapsaw plants traps. That's his skill. He lays down traps to trap people. And since one of the weasels is supposed to knock someone down, it would make sense. So if they make a third time they show a sickle weasel, Is he going to be the one that heals people? Because this is going to be a little bit awkward for Galvanax's army. And yeah, even though Trapsaw lays down traps, none of them work properly. His first trap was the anvil trap, and it landed on him. For God's sakes, even Wile E. Coyote had a better time setting up his traps. The second trap he set up was a wrecking ball trap for Brody, only to backfire and hit Trapsaw. And they only did that so Brody would go into another area to battle Ripcon. He doesn't even fight Trapsaw. And the whole battle was just a tie where Brody says he needs to get stronger. When did this brought up? When did he have like a rivalry with Ripcon? Yeah, I know he fought with him a few times, but still. It's like it's a rivalry. Yeah, they get the whole protesting thing done. Everyone shows up for the tree, and you know the procedure. Construction workers want to cut down the tree. Businessman grabs the chainsaw, ready to cut it until something memorable happens. A ribbon off of the tree falls off and lands right to him. And that ribbon was what he and his wife put on the tree to commemorate their son's birth, aka Preston. After he sees this, he starts to remember everything, all the nice stuff that happened, and when his wife died, he suppressed all the memories, including the good times they had, and he changes his mind of tearing down the tree, and I was expecting Trapsaw to destroy it, which, no, he doesn't. All he does is just says, "Where did I put that last trap at? I don't know where it is. I'm so obsessed with this last trap I placed down." And, you know, the usual, Rangers morph, and how they fight is two teams. One fight the minions, one fights the monster, with this case Preston and Levi. And the only reason why they split it up is because anyone who has seen the Sentai, mostly me because of the fact that I had to force watch this stuff so their BD will get complaintive.
You needed context.
You made me watch Sentai. I don't even like watching Power Rangers. This is actually footage from the first episode that would explain why they're showing level 1 those robots when last week they showed the level 2 ones. And it also makes more sense of when they defeat Trapsaw, giant monster battle, and when they introduced the Zords, they did the whole setup. All the Zords coming out of their hiding spots and becoming one Megazord, doing the whole footage sequence. And also the fact that the battle was not even a battle, for God's sakes. All that happened was the Red Zord jumped out, ran around in a circle, spinning Trapsaw, and then they just slashed him, a double slash with a sword. Voila, battle's over. That was it. They jump out of the Zord and demorph, and someone in the background solved who the hell these Rangers are. Don't worry, they explain at the end of the episode, while the Rangers are just walking around wondering where the hell that last trap is. Victor and Monty are complaining that they got fired from being interns for no reason. Never even explained. Was it because they fell at the water hose thing? And yeah, they sat on the trap, which was a pitfall trap. Oh my lord. Yeah. Then came the finishing surprise. The person who saw the Rangers demorph was Brody's brother, Aiden. He is revealed, and the brothers are reunited. And the only reason why I said the people of the wiki are kicking themselves in the butt being pissed off is because when I do some research looking up, when I do research on the Monster of the Week, I have to find out what the hell they're called in their Japanese name. They put in a wiki article about Levi saying that him and Brody are brothers. Which wouldn't make sense because Levi doesn't have the same name as Aiden. Even if Levi was a middle name. They just needed this. So hopefully Aiden's going to appear more in the episodes and maybe help do something that will with the series due to the fact that
it's explained that the Ninja Stars are being made by Redbot and Mick, so now I'm thinking, what is Aiden going to do now? I'm just trying to see how America's going to be working with this story they got. The fact that they used first Sentai episode just to add in a Ripcon. And the fact that this episode was nothing more than just the protesting of protecting a tree due to memory reasons. And the fact that they had some flaws with Preston using magic for his own use and not any magic. I meant for good deeds. It was basically generic. I'm pretty sure Rasa would have called the same thing, since this is basically not even a good one, just a meh. That's all I can really say about this episode. Hopefully next week we get more on the brotherly love between Brody and Aiden. Till then, this is Rasa, logging off.